Emmerdale is back with another dramatic week as the Yorkshire soap pushes forward with some of its biggest 2026 storylines. Up to now, viewers have seen Moira Dingle wrongly locked up over a double murder accusation, while Cain Dingle continues to battle his prostate cancer diagnosis alongside the growing pressure on the struggling farm. At the same time, Joe Tate has taken full advantage of the chaos to seize control, dragging Robert Sugden deeper into the situation. Joe manipulates Robert and Aaron by arranging the sale of the butler's cattle herd, despite it not being part of their lease agreement. With little power to stop it, Robert reluctantly allows the sale to go ahead, though Aaron's reminder about family pushes him to stay determined to protect the farm. Elsewhere, Mackenzie and Matty secretly admit they've been supporting Sam at Dingle Farm and reveal Joe's plan to offload the herd. Cain stays focused on making the farm work, but his hopes take a hit when Mackenzie explains they can't afford to replace the cattle due to soaring costs. Matters worsen when Sam forgets an important meeting about machinery, triggering Cain's anger as he declares the dream of saving the farm is finished before storming off. Later, a mysterious hooded figure sneaks onto Emmerdale Farm in the middle of the night. Robert and Aaron are caught off guard when Matty arrives in a panic, claiming the cows have vanished. Joe immediately points the finger at Robert, but when Robert denies any involvement, Joe and Graham set off, convinced they know who is responsible. The Dingles confidently reject Joe's accusations, but the truth soon emerges out on a quiet country road. Belle is behind the cattle theft. Her panic rises when Cain calls to warn her that the bull is still being tracked. Following the signal, Joe races along the roads, only to be halted by a cleverly staged Dingle distraction. Meanwhile, Cain returns from a pre-operation appointment acting distant, quickly concealing a leaflet. Sarah encourages him to attend a surgery support group for Moira's sake, but Cain abruptly leaves after hearing someone discuss how illness damaged their relationship, clearly shaken. Tensions continue to build when Sam again forgets his responsibilities, leading Cain to lash out and storm away. Charity follows him home, worried about his behavior, and confronts him. As she watches him drink heavily, she urges him to take better care of himself, but in frustration, Cain smashes a whiskey bottle, accidentally breaking Zach's tankard. Under pressure, Cain finally confesses that he feels like he's failing to hold Moira's life together while she's in prison. Trying to escape his emotions, he makes a move on Charity as they reflect on their past, but she quickly sees through his intentions. Elsewhere, Kim appoints Ross as head of operations to strengthen her control against Graham, instantly sparking tension. Graham warns Ross to stay away from Dawn, but Ross confidently reminds him that he now has Kim's backing. Kerry is left stunned when she's summoned to Caleb's office and harshly reprimanded by Jai. Attempting to keep their connection hidden from Caleb, Jai's overly strict attitude only fuels Kerry's frustration. Dawn questions Kim about whether she still has feelings for Graham, while Tracy is left feeling guilty when Vanessa confronts her over lying about moving house. Meanwhile, Chas and Kim unexpectedly bond over drinks. Emmerdale continues to deliver drama as Graham Foster finds himself facing the wrath of Rona Goskirk after his impulsive night with Kim Tate. A devastated Rona insists she will now put her husband Marlon Dingle first, but moving on from Graham may not be so simple. In the previous episode, Graham arranged to meet Rona at a footbridge to talk about where their relationship might go next. When she failed to appear, he turned to Kim for comfort, and the situation escalated into a one-night encounter. What Graham didn't realize was that Rona had every intention of meeting him, but was delayed because of her daughter Ivy. The following episode begins with Graham noticing several missed calls from Rona, after which he awkwardly tells Kim that what happened between them was a mistake. Kim coolly agrees that their moment together meant nothing long-term and should not happen again, and the two go their separate ways. However, she later opens up to Lydia Dingle, admitting that being with Graham actually felt natural and familiar. She reflects that although she isn't suggesting they could simply return to how things were, their connection made it seem like no time had passed at all. Kim then reveals that Graham quickly distanced himself after noticing messages from Rona, leaving her feeling used and dismissed. Meanwhile, Rona explains to Graham why she missed their earlier meeting and proposes they try again later. When Lydia spots them together, she informs Rona about Graham's night with Kim and urges her to concentrate on her marriage instead. Enraged, Rona later confronts Graham and firmly cuts ties with him, accusing him of toying with her emotions and making it clear that her priority is Marlon. Although she later confides in Vanessa Woodfield that Graham's actions still affect her, Rona insists she is committed to focusing on her life with Marlon. Still, whether she can truly ignore her lingering feelings remains uncertain. Emmerdale has sparked plenty of reaction following its major shake-up, with not only viewers but also former cast members sharing their opinions on the latest twist. Fans have been buzzing ever since it was announced that Robert Sugden and Aaron Dingle would take charge of Butler's farm. With Moira Dingle imprisoned and Cain Dingle battling cancer, the calculating Tate family seized the opportunity to buy the land, before an unexpected twist saw Joe Tate place Robert and Aaron in control. While the storyline is far from finished, the couple have already promised to rebuild the farm and bring it back to its former success. With a member of the Sugden family once again at the helm, the legacy of Emmerdale Farm feels renewed. Earlier in the week, the ITV soap posted about the dramatic change on its official social media pages, prompting reactions from former cast members Kelvin Fletcher and Adam Thomas, who shared their thoughts on Instagram. Adam Thomas, who portrayed Adam Barton for nearly a decade before departing in 2018, joked that his character would not be pleased with what's happening at the farm. Meanwhile, Kelvin Fletcher, known for playing Andy Sugden, admitted that he was a big fan of the direction the show has taken. Another former cast member, Lyndon Ogborn, who once played Nathan Wilde, also chimed in with a playful comment and even hinted at a possible comeback. He joked that perhaps Nathan still had something to say about the situation, teasing that the contract might not have been fully checked, prompting fans to express their excitement at the idea of seeing him return. Meanwhile, Emmerdale producer Laura Shaw spoke about the storyline, describing it as a meaningful return to the show's roots. She explained that it mirrors the early days when Annie Sugden and her sons Jack Sugden and Joe Sugden worked the land. She added that as the grandson, Robert is determined to honour his family's legacy and make his father proud. Alongside Aaron, he is ready to embrace this new chapter and is fully committed to ensuring the farm flourishes once again. Emmerdale spoiler: Cain Dingle lashes out in anger at Sam Dingle. Sarah Sugden encourages Cain to attend a prostate cancer support session for the sake of Moira Dingle. However, Cain abruptly walks out after hearing someone speak about how their relationship suffered following a diagnosis, leaving him overwhelmed by his own fears. Later, when Sam forgets an important appointment regarding farm equipment, Cain's pent-up frustration boils over and he storms away in fury. At the same time, Tracy Metcalf feels uneasy when Vanessa Woodfield confronts her about being dishonest over her supposed house move. Elsewhere, Dawn Taylor puts Kim Tate on the spot with some probing questions. Emmerdale is broadcast on weekday evenings at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and can also be streamed on ITVX.